Pretty impressive showing out there. Seemed like there's a lot of depth and, pretty balanced. 10 guys out there and, very balanced, and it looked like that kind of showcased you guys do have a lot of depth, right?
Yeah, we definitely put together a squad this off season, and everybody brings something to the table at a high level, and that's what we want to compete in the national championship this year. So, definitely win games. So,
what do you see as your role? I mean, it seems like you can almost play the 3 through the 5.
I feel like whatever coach needs at this point. I mean, I'm versatile. I can play all the positions. I can guard multiple positions, shoot, rebound, guard quick guys, guard bigger guys, make plays for my teammates. Just really what's needed at that moment of the game is what I'm here to do. I'm kind of like the glue guy. Just make sure people are in different positions, talking to my teammates. Just whatever's asked of me. That's really my job here.
How did UCLA come onto your radar?
I entered the portal after my last school, and literally I went to the gym one day, and I came back to my phone and I saw Savino text me once I entered the portal, and I was like, hey, that's a big time school right there, gotta check it out. And actually this was the only visit I took, and it was home from there. So.
You mentioned being a glue guy, and you mentioned your activity talking. How quickly did you get comfortable doing that, especially with so many new transfers on this team?
I think just my personality. I'm a guy that talks a lot. I'm a good locker room guy. I think. I mean, I make sure my teammates are good. You gotta have a good relationship off the court with your teammates. So when you're on the court, everybody's connected. And I think me just being like, I'm not scared. I'm just not scared to talk. I know my teammates now that we've been together this summer. I know how I can talk to certain guys. And I know what gets them going. And I feel like that would just help a lot to build the chemistry as we go along.
How's it been getting used to Mick Cronin's coaching style, let's say?
I mean, he's a hard coach, but hard coaches win games, so I'm not really worried about it. Just do what he says, and obviously he's got a record that a lot of coaches don't have. So just listening and doing the right things and just playing hard with a good attitude get you a long ways here. So
what has he said that you'd have to work on to improve upon?
I think just making decisions. He in the next level, I'll be a guard for sure. Just making decisions when to shoot, when not to shoot, when to pass. I think I got a lot better at those things, and I'm still working on a lot of things defensively. Just being able to guard quick guys, and the next level, I'll be able to guard quick guys as well. And for this season, we're going to have a lot of rotations, and I'm just going to be able to guard everybody. So,
how important was the 3-point shot for you?
Oh, it's part of the game now. I mean, the mid-range shot is one of my specialties, but I think adding that 3 ball makes me even harder to guard, just keeping the defense off balance. And, if I hit a few threes and you close out too hard, now I'm going downhill, going to dunk. So it just keeps the flow of the game off balance, and, just having that shot, just got to be able to hit the corner threes and open shots.
You talked about the depth a lot, especially at the guard position. How do you feel like if there's games when there's you're getting less time, someone else getting less time? What's the mindset there to stay in it?
Win. That's it.
I think you mentioned you guys had about 15 practices by now. What's maybe the most encouraging thing that stood out that's kind of been a theme of these practices?
Defense. I mean, Cronin's a defensive coach, and defense wins games. And by us playing hard, we're going to tire out teams. That's what we're doing, and that's why we got so much depth to get subs when somebody else is tired. You got another dog coming in, replacing another dog. So I think that's going to be a big key for us. Just our defense is going to lead the offense. Then, as y'all seen, we got a lot of offensive threats. Like, everybody can put the ball in the hoop. So that's going to be great for this year.
That kind of attitude that you're talking about, to win and just dogs coming in, how unique is that to get a whole roster full of guys like this? I mean, you've been playing basketball a long time. Yeah. You've been around a lot of guys. How unique is that to get a whole roster?
Oh, that's great. I mean, it makes practice highly competitive. Practice is going to be harder than the games. So by dogs playing against dogs, you're going to make bigger dogs. So when we all come together on the court going against another team, it's hard to stop. So I feel like just everybody have that attitude that they want to win and do whatever necessary to win. That's going to be the key for us.
Who's tougher to defend, Dylan Andrews or Tyler Billito?
Ooh.
Big or small?
Everybody got their.
You don't want to go on a limb here.
Hey, I'm gonna say they're both hard to guard. Dylan's so quick, but Tyler he doesn't really miss too many shots as y'all seen today. He can shoot over everybody. Dylan gets to his spots real quick. He has a nice pull-up. They're both hard players to guard, of course, so good luck to anybody else guarding them this year.
We saw your athleticism on a nice sequence there. You elevated for a dunk and then blocked a shot back-to-back. How big of a factor is that in what you bring to this team?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's a big factor. I mean, I feel like that's something I've always excelled at as a player. So I take a lot of pride in making those athletic plays, and then I feel like it just brings a lot of energy to my team. So I feel like it'll definitely help this team this year.
We were talking about the defensive capabilities of this team. To have somebody like a Kobe Johnson, be up there on the wing, yourself in the paint. I mean, what's the ceiling for this team defensively?
I mean, I feel like we could be the best defensive team in the nation, and I'm really confident in saying that. Obviously, we still have some jumps to make. It's early, but I feel like if we could become disciplined and like Ide touched on, dogs coming in for dogs, and with how deep we are, and we could just tire out teams and just be so disciplined on the defensive end. I feel like we could not only be one of the scariest offensive teams in the Big Ten and in the nation as well, but also be the best defensive team in the nation.
What the coaches have talked about with you is not only your ability to get high for a rebound, but to do it with two hands. Is that something you had to learn? Is that something you've always been able to do, or was that something that came with more experience?
Well, I would say it was definitely partially something I had to learn. Coming from my last league, obviously it's not the Big Ten or the Pac-12 or any Power 5 conference, so oftentimes I could just jump over people and nobody was up there with me. But obviously there's going to be athletes in a bigger conference, so one thing they've really emphasized to me is two hands, because sometimes I go up for the ball with one hand, and that oftentimes I would lose it. But at this level, you have to go after everything with two hands, and that's something I'm just going to keep continuing to work on.
So as a high jumper, when did you decide you were going to put all your time into basketball?
That was actually. So it's actually a funny story. So my sophomore year, I had basketball, and then so going into the summer is when COVID was like first happening. So it was around March. We won the state championship. So I'm getting ready for my track season, and the world shuts down. So I can't run track, and it's like, well, might as well start focusing on basketball. And I was just working out, and just saw myself continuing to get better and better. And that's when I made that decision to just strictly focus on basketball.
Did you also grow? At that point?
Yeah. I think over COVID I probably grew 3 or 4 inches. I think. Yeah, I was shorter than my dad when COVID started, but over that break, he looked up one day and I was just towering over him a little bit.
Your free throw stroke. It looks like you start with the ball set underhand. Where did you kind of? I guess how much have you tweaked your free throw shooting, over the years, and why is that stroke comfortable for you?
Yeah, me and Savino, Coach Savino, who I mainly worked on with shooting, we did a lot of different things, and we kind of just had to experiment and see what was comfortable. And I feel like my stroke that I have now is what's comfortable. And obviously, the goal at the free throw line is to go in, and no matter how pretty it is or how ugly it is. If it goes in, it goes in. So I feel like that's just what's comfortable for me, and I'm happy with it. I'm comfortable with it, and I'm looking forward to keep on improving.
We saw you, pop out to the three-point line and sometimes catch the ball and pass it from that position. How do you feel like confidence-wise on the offensive side when the ball's in your hands?
Yeah, I definitely feel confident. I know Coach wants me to continue working on that at times, because they're going to pressure me, because obviously other teams might want the ball in my hand, so I just got to be strong with the ball and patient as well and make the right decisions. But I feel like as time has gone on since I first got here in the summer, I've gotten a lot more confident in that, and finding a guard and getting to action like a pick and roll or a handoff, and hopefully get a lob dunk or get somebody else open. So I feel like just over time and getting a lot of reps has made me a lot more comfortable with that.
As a big man, what's it like trying to defend someone like Tyler Bilodeau?
Oh, it's a tough task. I know the nation better watch out for Tyler Bilodeau. That's my guy. I mean, love him, and he's just an amazing player. One of the best scorers I've ever guarded. He could score over you. He could score around you. Just a great player overall, and just looking forward to seeing him continue to just dominate, just keep on dominating. I'm just super excited to play with him this season.
Thank you.
Good deal.
Yep, thank you guys.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.